So all anybody's been talking about for 2 days over here is Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida flew out a small plane of about, 50 migrants that are illegally in the state and flew them out to Martha's Vineyard as a challenge to the extremely wealthy, virtually exclusively white community. Although I don't know if everybody's white there. I'll get to that in a second. Um, and told them, here, put your money where your mouth is. You're all super rich people living in fucking mansions with golf courses and shit. See if you can't take care of just 50 of these migrants. Because, of course, all liberals, all leftists, all progressives especially, all Marxists are what we call NIMByists, or NIMBYs for short, which NIMBY is an acronym which simply means not in my backyard. As in, I want this, but I don't want to be responsible for this. I don't want it anywhere near me. I want it to be somebody else's problem. And when it comes to the migrant situation, that is true. That is Arizona, Texas, poor towns in South California, of course, not Beverly Hills or anything like that. Those are where you're supposed to house all these people who can't even speak English and can't work and take care of them and just cripple your communities. But despite what a bunch of libtards said on Twitter, because they all like to claim that, oh, the community of Martha's Vineyard organized to take care of these migrants, they've already thrown them out. They didn't last 48 fucking hours with those migrants. But what I really made me want to make this video about a topic that's normally so small and petty that it's not usually something I want to sit down and make a long video about, was a comment that was reported by NBC News about one of the main organizers of, I believe, a Texas-based migrant helper organization or whatever, a guy by the name of Max Lefeld, a dude. Somebody called Moracchio Max Lefeld. Yeah, basically one of those guys, a dude. How many times do I have to say? Every single progressive organization, especially everyone that has to do with mass migration, mass immigrations, illegal immigrants, the works, is a dude. And if you're new to the channel and don't know what a dude is, it should be obvious by now from the thumbnail what a dude is. A dude is a euphemism so that I don't get auto-banned off of fucking YouTube. And I probably still will. The reason why all mass migration people are dudes is because the goal of dudes is not to help migrants. The goal of dudes is to hurt people who look like me and you, white people. They want any agenda that destroys white culture, any agenda that destroys the white race, any agenda that destroys your ability to work or protect yourself, anything that raises your taxes, anything that depresses your quality of life. That's what they want. It has nothing to do with migrants. And Max Lefeld here said exactly how people like him feel about migrants, like the one that Ron DeSantis tried to give as a gift. Diversity, of course, is our strength. So a gift of strength to the people of Martha's Vineyard that they so, shamefully rejected. Max Lefeld said that what Ron DeSantis had done in flying some migrants out to an extremely wealthy community that would have been presumably in the best possible situation with most of these people owning multiple houses and having mansions full of multiple rooms and large properties and shit tons of money. These are the people who most want to help migrants, so he gave them the opportunity to do it. And how did Max Lefeld describe this behavior? He said, quote, "What Ron DeSantis did is like me taking my own garbage and driving it around and throwing it in other people's places away from where I live. It's wrong," is what he said. So he described these migrants that he owns a whole business, probably a 501c nonprofit, which are all scams, by the way. Most charities are scams, by the way. If you want to be a charitable person, you should do it in your own community with your own money directly and give to things that actually help people, like food banks, especially in the Biden economy. Do not give to places like the United Way or UNICEF or assholes like this, even if you're a progressive, because this man, like the leaders of BLM, most of which are dudes and not black people, is pocketing all the money and keeping it for themselves. But of course, how does he really feel about migrants? To him, they are garbage. Well, what does he want to have a business so deeply related to garbage? Why doesn't he go into waste management? Because his goal isn't to help the garbage, it's to dump the garbage on your lawn. Stay frosty.